Hey guys, so now it's the time for JK Corners to show you. JK Corners is basically a different way of solving corners than the normal order or the diagonal corners. It has a few advantages. I will go over that later. First off, I will show you how JK Corners work in general. Okay, so I have a normal scramble right here and I will just do the edges normally with my order. Okay, so this is my last move for the edges. And now we would go to solve the corners. Normally we would like solve this one, for example, or this one by just pushing it down and align the rest. In JK corners, we do a little bit of a different thing and we push this one down and then we align the diagonal corner with the push down corner. So like this. No, those are the same value. Okay, so next up we will just align the edges with these corners. So like this. This works because with these pins everything moves beside these two clocks. So, and now we're done with those two. And now we will do a consideration. We will see, look at this clock and at this clock and see which is closer to 12. In this case, this one needs 2 for going to 12 and this one -1. So we will use this one. Then we just solve this one to 12, push it down. Then we will push this one to 12, push it down, and then we will solve the rest to 12. And now it's all solved. That's basically JK corners. So why should you do this and should you switch to it? JK corners has like a few advantages over traditional corners or diagonal corners. First off, both JK corners and diagonal corners use slash skips. So I will just show what it is. So let's imagine this is our second side. We solve the course here and we are solving the corner, the edges here, like this. And now in JK corners and diagonal corners, we would solve these two simultaneously, like so. And as they are already lined up after edges, we skip a move, obviously. So that's an advantage of JK corners and diagonal corners. So JK corners also uses this technique. This also works for the second corners. If those are already lined up, we will just push both of them to 12, push both of them down, and then solve the rest. So now we definitely know that diagonal corners and JK corners is probably better than just the traditional way of going clockwise. But why is JK corners better than diagonal corners? Basically, we have a few other advantages. So the first minor advantage is that we will save 1 to 2 clicks on average. This is because of the consideration we do at the last two corners. It's nice to have, but not that important, honestly. But sure, why not? The more important advantage is that we can use more cap skips than we usually could use. What is a cap skip? Basically, it's just saving the last move when aligning everything to 12. I will show you how it works with JK corners in an example. So here we have a normal scramble. We can see the edge skip here, and other than that, we don't have that much. There may be a few AOF skips or pseudo corner skips, but I'm not looking for those right now. But we can see that from here to here it's +3, and if we do an x2, from here to here it's also +3. And actually we can use a cap skip here. So we will just do my order normally, like so. then we will preserve either this or this corner. So we can do this AOF, or we can do this AOF. It works both. Then just X2. And now we will solve the edges normally here. Like so. Now we do check corners. So basically we push this one up and then we align this one to this one and solve both of those. And now this one is at 12, guaranteed. This is the cap skip we basically inspected. So we can just push it down, push this one to 12 and the rest to 12. And now we actually save the move. So this is not the only cap skip we can use, there are other ones, but this is the most useful one and the easiest to use. And these cap skips only work with checker corners. So that's why checker corners is basically just objectively optimal, as you would say it. Okay, now we'll just go over a few scrambles with well-known tricks and show you how it works with checker corners. So for example, here we have the X corner flip, skip. And to use it, we just do X2 and solve edges here, as usual. Like so, preserve this corner. And then we will just do edges here normally. Okay, and now to check corners. With this skip, we just go straight into this corner and solve it like normally. So we do this one. Push this one up, this one down, and then just solve it. And then just go into the last two corners. Like so. Okay. In this scramble we have the Y2 corner skip. So we just do a Y2 and then solve the edges. And then we do a Y2 and solve the edges on here. Now this one is skipped and we just solve this one normally. And then we go into the last two edges. In this case, the values are the same, so we can just choose whichever fits nicer into the finger tricks. Okay, so should you switch to JK corners? The truth is, if you're just starting out and like are barely sub 10 or even like sub 9, sub 8, maybe then as well, sure, why not? It's not that hard. You can get used to it quite easily. I've shown it to people and they basically got as fast as usual in a matter of a few hundred saws. If you're already like sub 5 or better, then it's probably not that worth it to switch, and it's not that important that you know it. Chances are that you won't ever use cap skips anyway, and then the advantages are basically not that great. But yeah, if you want fancy clock solutions with a lot of cap skips in the future, sure, learn it. It's really nice and it's really fancy. If you want to know more about cap skips, check out Square's video. He explained a lot more of cap skips and other corner skips in his video, so go check that one out. So I hope I could give you a basic understanding of JK corners and why it's better, and I hope many of you will learn JK corners and use it in saws.